Sports and the entire entertainment sector. Uganda's rich cultural heritage, with 56 officially recognized indigenous communities, and estimates extending up to 65, offers vast potential for the growth of creative enterprises. A mapping of cultural and creative industries by the UNESCO National Commission of Uganda in 2009, although dated and in need of an update, highlighted that the culture sector contributes significantly to economic growth, job creation, export earnings, and promotes social inclusion, cultural diversity, and human resource development. Uganda's rich cultural heritage, with 56 of Uganda has also consistently participated in and excelled at various sports on the global stage, particularly in athletics. From the athletics track to the netball court, cricket pitch, boxing ring, basketball court, and football field, the country's athletes continue to raise Uganda's profile internationally. This momentum presents a unique opportunity to harness the power of sports for holistic economic development. Beyond medals and individual accolades, these sporting achievements generate both direct and indirect socio-economic benefits for Ugandan society. Sporting victories serve as powerful unifiers, helping to bridge cultural, social, and political divides, and fostering a sense of national pride and unity that strengthens social cohesion. In fact, participation in sports and cultural activities, at any level, has long proven effective in uniting people from diverse traditional backgrounds. Sports also provide a constructive outlet for youth, equipping them with essential life skills, offering positive engagement, and helping reduce the risk of crime and negative influences. Economically, sports contribute to job creation across multiple sectors. These include direct employment for athletes, coaches, team staff, and administrators. Media and broadcasting opportunities for journalists, camera crews, producers, and technical staff. Roles in hospitality and tourism, from hotels and restaurants to transport services during events, and opportunities in the sports business sector, including equipment manufacturing, marketing, merchandising, and facility management. The situation. The global rise of cultural and creative industries (CCIs) has demonstrated that investing in creativity yields substantial economic and social returns. Countries that actively support their artists, filmmakers, musicians, and designers reap benefits not only through increased tourism but also through boosts in innovation, entrepreneurship, exports, and job creation. Uganda stands on the threshold of a similar transformation, with a vibrant cultural and sporting landscape that could drive inclusive national development. Music festivals, for instance, are more than entertainment, they stimulate tourism, a critical pillar of Uganda's economy, while also serving as marketplaces for creative goods and services. They attract investment, inspire innovation, and foster skill development. Local musicians gain platforms to grow their careers, artisans connect with broader markets, and young entrepreneurs discover new business opportunities. Uganda's music, film, and arts sectors, particularly youth-led, show enormous promise. But only a handful of internationally recognized talents have emerged, supported by access to home studios and digital platforms. Festivals such as Bayimba, Roast and Rhyme, and Naij have gained traction, attracting both domestic and international audiences, and creating ripple effects across the creative value chain, from performance to hospitality. Similarly, the sports and tourism sectors are closely intertwined. Sporting events, both local and international, bring in spectators who engage with the country's broader tourism offerings, from national parks to cultural heritage sites. This creates a strategic opportunity to market Uganda as a complete cultural and sports tourism destination. Despite these emerging opportunities, Uganda's government has historically underinvested in the creative and sports sectors, limiting their potential to contribute meaningfully to national development. While individual artists and sports figures continue to shine through personal effort, there remains a lack of consistent state support, coordinated policy frameworks, and dedicated public funding for creative industries and grassroots sports development. National budgets have often allocated minimal resources to these sectors, viewing them as peripheral rather than central to economic transformation. The few thriving cultural festivals and international sports successes in Uganda have largely depended on private sponsors, development partners, or individual efforts, rather than a clear, deliberate government strategy. Infrastructure to support culture and sports, such as community theaters, arts hubs, and sports fields, remains limited, unevenly distributed, or poorly maintained. Notably, the Uganda National Cultural Center (UNCC), which should be central to cultural development, has steadily declined and grown increasingly invisible in national discourse. This lack of investment undermines talent development, particularly in rural areas where access to facilities, mentorship, and opportunities is severely limited. There is an urgent need for strategic and sustained public investment in both sports and culture as pillars of national development in order to unlock the full potential of Uganda's cultural richness and youthful population. The total contribution of sports and entire entertainment sector to employment, including wider effects from investment, the supply chain and induced income impacts, is projected at 1,472,500 jobs by 2030 of total employment. Promise for a new Uganda now. 5.1 Tourism Pacts. Increase tourism funding threefold. We will increase the current tourism funding from the current approximately Sh's 289.6 billion in FY 2024-25 by 10 times within the first year of our administration is guided by tourism experts for sector optimization. This increase will fund critical infrastructure development within the tourist sites, construction of tourism roads, road rehabilitation and upgrades, support product development, and expand marketing efforts, driving sustained growth and enhancing Uganda's global competitiveness. Streamline visa processes using technology. We will leverage digital platforms to simplify online visa applications, reducing processing time from 3 days to 1, and introduce visa on arrival for most countries to ease entry and attract more visitors. Boost visitor experience and satisfaction. We will invest in customer service training, regulate hotel grading, and improve air transport access to ensure seamless, high-quality experiences for all tourists. We will improve visitor satisfaction levels from 70% in 2019-20 to 98.9% by 2030, reflecting enhanced service delivery and tourist experiences. Promote international leisure and conference tourism. Launch targeted campaigns and partnerships to attract high-spending international tourists and business travelers, capitalizing on Uganda's unique attractions including Lake Victoria Islands. Expand domestic tourism. We will encourage Ugandans to explore local destinations through awareness campaigns and affordable packages, recognizing domestic tourism as a foundation for a resilient industry. Lower gorilla and chimpanzee trekking. We will review fees charged on gorilla and chimpanzee trekking to stimulate visitor volumes, leveraging Uganda's unique position as a leading gorilla and chimpanzee trekking destination in Africa. Protect wildlife areas from oil drilling. We will enforce strict environmental protections in national parks. We will not support mineral exploitations such as oil drilling in national parks, balancing conservation with economic activities to preserve Uganda's natural heritage and tourism appeal. Develop iconic infrastructure projects. We will construct high-end glass bridge and eco-friendly high-end facilities at different falls along Uganda's rivers such as the Karuma Bridge to increase tourist stays and spending, rejecting destructive projects such as large hydropower dam construction. Invest in bird-watching tourism. We will commission research and develop bird-watching trails and services, tapping into Uganda's extraordinary bird biodiversity to attract niche and longer-stay tourists. Upgrade the source of the Nile site. We will develop world-class amenities, information centers, and hotels at Jinja's Nile source, supported by a comprehensive master plan for the entire hinterland to enhance visitor experience. Restore and protect key national parks. We will strengthen anti-poaching measures and manage invasive species in national parks. Improve road access to tourism hotspots. We will allocate targeted funding to upgrade critical roads leading to Bwindi impenetrable forest and Mganga national parks, ensuring safer and faster travel for visitors. Simplify trekking permit. We will implement an online, transparent permit system modeled after Rwanda to reduce bureaucratic delays and improve coordination between permits, hotels, and tour operators. Develop adventure tourism offerings. We will promote and brand adventure activities like whitewater rafting and mountain climbing, enhancing Uganda's profile as a premier adventure destination. Empower tourism workforce. We will invest in professional training and capacity building to equip tourism staff and others in the service industry with skills for delivering world-class visitor experiences. Ramp up strategic marketing and branding. We will significantly increase the marketing budget with a focus on international sports events, athletics, and digital campaigns to position Uganda as a top travel destination. Forge public-private partnerships. We will collaborate closely with private tourism entrepreneurs to align government policies and investments with industry insights, fostering innovation and efficiency. Leverage cultural and heritage sites. We will partner with cultural institutions to develop historic sites, beaches, and parks into attractive tourism products, broadening Uganda's appeal. Reinstate seasonal pricing policies. We will reintroduce lower off-season rates and prioritize longer-stay tourists for permit allocation, ensuring better tourist distribution and maximizing revenues throughout the year. We will promote homegrown innovation and entrepreneurship through targeted SME support programs. Improve welfare for public servants, especially medical officers, police and teachers. 5.2 Firms in the entire value chain. 5.2.1 Lowering the cost of doing business. We will reform Uganda's business environment to reduce the cost of doing business by lowering taxes, simplifying licensing procedures, and promoting digital solutions to cut bureaucratic delays. We will operationalize and expand the Uganda Business Facilitation Center, UBFC, to streamline business registration and licensing. We will establish transparent, consistent regulatory frameworks and negotiate lower electricity tariffs and lending rates to make Uganda more investor-friendly. We will revise electricity tariffs, especially for industrial users, and negotiate lower interest rates and affordable financing modalities to reduce the cost of capital and support long-term investments. 5.2.2 Expanding access to finance. We will promote financial inclusion by working with the financial sector to increase access to affordable, long-term capital, particularly for SMEs and informal sector businesses. We will negotiate with financial institutions to lower interest rates and develop financing products suitable for Uganda's development needs. 5.2.3 Digital Transformation and Innovation. We will promote the uptake of digital technologies to improve productivity, drive innovation, and enhance service delivery in both public and private sectors. We will support digital platforms that streamline business procedures and reduce costs associated with inefficiencies. 5.2.4 Investment in industrial parks. We will influence increased employment in the industrial sector through establishment and promotion of industries that create large-scale employment opportunities, ensuring inclusive growth and sustainable development. We will design and implement policies that promote industrial parks as complete value chains with industrial clusters. There is sufficient evidence and consensus in the literature that when production, manufacturing and service industries cluster together, they generate more productivity gains and job creation by attracting new initiatives into a sparse industrial landscape. For foreign investors, no single firm is incentivized to locate in a new area without others. Governments can foster industrial clusters by concentrating quality institutions, social services, and infrastructure in particular areas as common special economic zones to boost foreign investment. We commit to developing at least 30 industrial parks by 2030 with capacity to generate a minimum of 6 million jobs across the value chain by 2030. We aim at least of 200 companies per industrial park, each generating about 200,000 jobs. We will deploy up to SHS 1.05 trillion in developing these 30 industrial parks to support regional industrial hubs and clusters. We will provide core infrastructure, utilities, and land access to serious domestic investors to remove barriers to productive investment. We will support clustering of firms in industrial parks to enhance linkages, productivity, and innovation through agglomeration effects. We will award government scholarships and grant students loans under the current students' loan scheme based on qualifications and skills in shortage. 5.2.5 Enhancing impact of industrial parks. We will commission a comprehensive evaluation of the economic impact of Uganda's industrial parks in 6,000 jobs by 2030. 200 companies per industrial park, each generating about 200,000 jobs. Adjust policies to maximize their effectiveness. We will work with existing park-based firms to identify barriers to exports and align incentives with infrastructure development and basic services. We will offer fiscal incentives such as tax breaks to park-based firms, prioritizing domestic investors who have been historically overlooked. We will ensure that new park investments are guided by evidence of what works to promote competitiveness and export potential. 5.2.6 Fiscal and tax reforms. We will attract more foreign direct investment, FDI, to Uganda while eliminating discretionary tax exemptions. Foreign investment is needed in sectors and industries with the potential to generate formal sector and export-led jobs and to foster linkages with domestic producers and service providers. Attracting foreign investment is necessary for creating more export jobs. Large firms provide better jobs in Uganda, and whereas small and medium-sized enterprises grow organically, FDI brings large-scale investment into the country. We will implement progressive tax reforms to simplify the tax system, ensure fairness, and stimulate business activity. We will introduce targeted tax incentives for priority sectors such as tourism, mining, real estate, and manufacturing, especially for large and local investors. 5.2.7 Promoting local content and inclusive procurement. We will enforce a local content strategy to prioritize Ugandan firms in public procurement. We will introduce preference and reservation schemes for SMEs, especially those owned by persons with disabilities, PWDs, women, and youth. 5.2.8 Supporting SMEs in the informal sector. We will provide SMEs and informal businesses with access to affordable credit, business development services, and entrepreneurship training to transition them into the formal economy. We will launch youth employment zones in all regions with apprenticeships, enterprise hubs, and capital support. We will reform and expand the Skilling Uganda initiative to match real market demand. We will formalize the informal sector, with legal recognition, credit access, and social protection. We will enforce ethical labor export standards and establish a government-run external labor bureau to ensure fair pay for Ugandans working abroad and protect them from exploitation and abuse. 5.2.9 Competing in regional and continental markets. We will support Ugandan firms to increase their competitiveness under the East African Community (EAC) and African Continental Free Trade Area (AFCFTA) by improving standards, quality, and productivity. 5.2.10 Cover gaps in skills mismatch. We will award government scholarships and grant students loans under the current students' loan scheme based on qualifications and skills in shortage. We will produce and publish quarterly national scarce skills and occupation report to highlight critical scarce qualifications and skills needs in the country. The report will inform, inter alia, human resource planning and development, resource allocation and prioritization of development of critical skills, the development of relevant qualifications programs and curricular review and development, and international recruitment strategies. 5.3 Steering the sports and entire entertainment sector. 5.3.1 Rebrand Uganda as a global talent and culture hub. We will rebrand Uganda as a destination for talent, arts, and culture. We will start with developing regional athletics and cultural centers of excellence and hand them over to private operators under structured agreements, ensuring high-quality service delivery and long-term sustainability. These centers will nurture elite talent, boost regional economies, and promote Uganda on the global cultural map. 5.3.2 Boost public investment in sports infrastructure. We will significantly increase budgetary allocation to the sports sector, prioritizing the development of regional stadiums with a seating capacity of at least 20,000 people. These facilities will meet international standards, enabling Uganda to host continental and international events, unlocking economic benefits while ending the costly and embarrassing practice of playing home matches abroad. 5.3.3 Partner with the private sector for sustainable sports growth. We will expand public-private partnerships in sports infrastructure. This will include incentives for building, operating and maintaining sports facilities, with clear cost recovery frameworks. Special focus will be placed on youth engagement, gender equity in sports, and promoting traditional games as part of cultural heritage preservation. 5.3.6 Promote culture and creative tourism. We will position culture as a driver of tourism growth, supporting annual festivals, arts markets, and cultural showcases that attract visitors, generate revenue, and celebrate Uganda's rich heritage. We will integrate cultural tourism into national marketing campaigns and support local communities in developing authentic experiences for tourists. And shared revenue models to ensure sustainability. 5.3.4 Create a National Creative Industries Development Fund. We will first track the approval of copyright and intellectual law to support musicians, filmmakers, fashion designers, visual artists, and other entrepreneurs, innovators. Our government will make sure people own and benefit from their talents and creativity from inception. We will establish a dedicated creative industries fund to support musicians, filmmakers, fashion designers, visual artists, and cultural entrepreneurs. This fund will build necessary infrastructure, provide grants, low-interest loans, and capacity-building support to grow Uganda's creative economy. 5.3.5 Support grassroots sports and youth talent development. We will invest in upgrading existing sports infrastructure across districts, support grassroots clubs and academies, and launch elite athlete training programs. Manifesto Priority 6. Establish a public school feeding program to transform agriculture, ensure food security, enhance education outcomes and support a healthy population. Introduction. Agriculture remains the most important sector and pillar of Uganda's economy, employing about 79% of Uganda's working-age population and contributing about 46% of the total export earnings and providing a large share of raw materials for the industry, and employing 65% of the total population. The sector comprises approximately 65% crop production, 25% livestock, and 10% fisheries. Key crops include coffee, bananas, oilseeds, sesame, soybean, sunflower, tea, cotton, cereals, fresh produce, and vegetables. Livestock encompasses cattle, goats, pigs, and poultry. Uganda is blessed with fertile lands and diverse climates. 80% of the land is arable, yet only 35% is cultivated, according to the UN Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO). The country is rich in freshwater reserves, and 2 rainy seasons support continuous agricultural production.